What is going down, my family? Good morning to everybody. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are feeling bullish because there are a few opportunities, presented in this market. Let me go ahead and hear you say A so you can hear your boy speak on the microphone. How you doing, team? Let's go ahead and take a look at the chat already. What is up, you guys? Good to see you again. So what's up, Daniel? Sway XX, how you doing? Snow Drifter, always good to see you here. Steve, how you doing? So can we look at ticker symbol FUBO this morning? I have calls expiring on Friday. Okay, but I need to hopefully get out of... Okay, I got you. Steve Thompson, how you doing? Good day to you. Oh, man, me too, my brother. I've been looking forward to today as well. So, what's up, Rocca? Gary, how you doing? Tony Rodriguez, good to see you here. Moderator Samantha H, always good to see you here. What's up, Scott? What's up? Thank you so much for coming by. Brandon, what's up? Off Grid Gorilla, always good to see you here. Team, good to see everybody. Yeah. Why don't we pull up that ticker for our brother Steve right here, man? We have a ticker symbol FUBO coming up, right? So let's take a look at this real quick. So you have some options actually expiring. You said oh, nice. It ended up not being bearish. So this is now the third ascending or rising wedge that I've seen realize to the upside. Very interesting times. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at this, man. I am more than happy to take a look at it for you. So let's pull up the daily time frame and see if this is actually running in tandem with the broader markets. It almost feels like it is running alongside. Sorry about the convoluted charts here, right, team? You can go ahead and just clear up some things right here so you don't feel overwhelmed when looking at this right here. We've just been going over the tickers every single day, right? So things can get a little silly really fast. All right, so yeah, take a look at that. The broader market's still finding that upside that we were looking for, right? So I still have to honor the SPY reaching around 458.07 around there for a resistance, and also maybe the TQQQ can make this resistance touch right up here. We're at 46.88 right now. 47. No, I would say right up here. Actually, let me get rid of this trend line here because it's getting in the way. Yeah, we're currently at 46.86. So 48.48 to 51.26 is essentially the gap or the resistance range that I'm looking at presently. Okay, team. So man, I can already see so many assets facing some downside already. So yeah, man. So ticker symbol FUBO is essentially following the broader market sentiment. So this is why I'm saying that I feel like we actually still have some upside left to go on this. I would really watch out with the resistance level located at about 327. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can see in the broader markets we're getting very close. Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, we're starting to pile up some bears over here, right? Little by little. I don't think that this is the. I don't think that's the full on top right now. It could still extend a little bit. But I did speak about a potential pullback coming in today or yesterday afternoon, right? So if we're going to get it today, I'm not sure that it's going to happen in the early AM, right? We're still within, let's see, about an hour and a half of opening, right? So let's find out to see if we have any pressures coming to the downside in the immediate short-term time frame for SPY. Actually, there is some coming in. So 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame are pretty much pivoted towards the downside. Hold on. Hourly time frame is crossing the SMA 14 to the downside. Let's see the bi-hourly. Okay, bi-hourly. Ooh, that looks like support. The 4-hour may be the support. Hold on. It's right in the, oh, okay, here it is. 3-hour time frame is showing us that there is a potential support being found at the SMA 14. Okay, so that's flagging some. Yeah, that's flagging some stuff here for me. Okay, and now temporary support because the 3-hour may find a support from the EMA 7 located at about 454.13. So let's see if we're If yeah, it's already feeling a little bit of that pressure right now. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, so if it does end up feeling it, let me go to the 30-minute immediate short term and see if FUBO is finding some potential downside. Okay, so it's overextended in the immediate short term. Hold on. Okay, bi-hourly and hourly are extremely bullish. This may outperform the index, or it'll continue to the upside upon finding the support, like what we were just talking about right now. Yeah, it's bouncing off of it. Okay. Yeah, tough little ticker right here. It's showing its own strength. Why is it showing strength? Let's find out. Okay, there's no news released just now, but press release, let's see, Fubo to announce quarter 2 2023 financial results on August 4th. Yeah, so that's less than, I mean, that's a few weeks away still. It could be pumping in that, in respects to that news. 4-hour time frame is crossing the SMA 14 on the RSI. We're about to get a bullish cross on the MACD as well, with increasing volatility and increasing stochastics. This is looking pretty good. Hold on just a sec. Increasing volatility on the 6-hour too. Okay, stochastics pivoted towards the upside. We're starting to feel it on the 6-hour as well. Okay, 8-hour consolidation and 12-hour consolidation with DMI support. This is yeah, man, this is not bad. Good job on this. If you are expiring, let's see, here's the thing, that when you start approaching critical resistances, volatility, although it's maxed out, you're starting to slow down, right? But hold on, let me see the 30-minute again. This is increased volatility. Bi-hourly is increasing. Let's see, 4-hour increasing, 8-hour. Okay, so it's the 6-hour threshold right around there. Okay, so you're gonna have some very short-term continuation of volatility increase, which is making me feel that this is still a resistance to look out for. The 327 is pretty critical. Okay, so hold on just a sec. I want to see if we can validate that somehow. 327 of let me see if the Gaussian band in any of these upper time frames is giving us some resistance. Oh man, in fact, we're breaking inside of the Gaussian band. This may be bullish for some time. Hold on. Oh man, it's making that breakout. We did speak of this. Hold on, let me see. Let me get rid of the Gaussian band here because, oh dude, yeah. Oh man. We came back to validate that support one time. EMA 7 is the support all the way to the upside. Man, oh man. Okay, it may okay, here it goes, man. We're going to face a temporary downside from the 327 or 328 level, potential retracement to come back and test the area of about 309. And this is actually set to continue on to the upside, man. This is showing a lot of conviction and a lot of bull pressure incoming. $3.57. That, man, the thing is that you have an expiry on Friday. Let's see, nice. I could use a little run up today to sell my calls. Yeah, I would not marry the Friday because you're already pushing max theta if you continue till Friday to the Friday expiry, right? So if you do start seeing some resistance being touched at about that 320 327, I would, we're talking about paper options. I would consider starting to release position despite the fact that it may actually launch anyway, right? So if you feel conviction in the play, then you would leave, a runner or two, right? Your two lucky paper runners, and just in case there is an increase of volatility right here, they can actually produce a little bit of a further upside, right? So the range that I would look at beyond the 327 level are these levels. Okay, so I would say 336. I'm going to draw it actually. So 336, just so we can keep it in line in case I do come back here for you, right? So 336 to the resistance range of about, yeah, I'm going to leave it like this, 353. That could be the zone beyond the 327 that we're looking for. Okay, so The 327 is me playing as conservative as I can for you. Right, this would be that initial resistance right here, and then if you do continue to the upside and meet, yeah, you may still have room to get some you may be able to siphon a little bit more from the markets here, right? But this is in a clear path. This is in a clear path to make its ascent here and eventually come up to that resistance right up here at 542. Given that the markets don't present such an aggressive downside, right? So. In fact, yeah, we're looking at that 3-day. Literally, we're facing that support, the 3-hour support on the SPY. So it is feeling like it still has a little bit more upside thrust to go. Even still, man, this is a pretty powerful considering FUBO, man. Good call on this one, my brother. No pun intended, right, for your call options. So now you see how we can take that target, right? So you take a trend line from the bottom side of the triangle all the way to the lower end. So now that we broke out, take into consideration your breaking candle, right? That would be this one here on the daily, and then this would be your implied target. See where my discretion is landing us? Is landing us right within the target that this is already suggesting, that the triangle is suggesting itself, right? So I didn't just guess this target. I also didn't use the triangle for it, but it's telling us that this could potentially be the top side of the range for the breakout out of this. Okay, it's a psychological target. So it's formation theory, right? So this is just one of the many ways you can kind of determine price action, and it's very discretionary. It's what I'm gonna say, right? So daily time frame bounce right off of that SMA 14, looking very good. Looking very good. Not a problem, Steve. So just know that as you start reaching these targets, you're going to start losing volatility, which means that your options may start to lose value, even though the price action is going to the upside even still, because open interest and implied volatility are two metrics that an options contract are very dependent on, right? So keep an eye on those, man. You'll end up. Yeah, sell the rip today is right. Is absolutely right. I mean, I'm feeling like there could be a pullback coming in, not a like a capitulation pullback. I'm really just speaking about something that's it's going to balance out before we face a little bit of pressure to the downside. But I honestly see a continuation of the SPY and broader markets to the upside, even up to next Wednesday. Given that we do have some natural ebb and flow along the way, right? But I do suspect that we can continue the broader market upside in response or in respect of the FOMC meeting coming up next Wednesday, I believe it is, right? So Fed Chair Powell is going to be talking to us about a potential rate hike again, and to be very honest, it could be considered if he does. The rate hike, the 25 BIP, that could be considered technically the last one, right? He did say one or two more, and he was going to be reactive according to inflation reports and jobs, right, and all that good stuff. So we don't have a good jobs report as expected. We have a great CPI, inflation clearly just about a point away from our destination. So there could be the possibility to where they maybe show us one more time just to shock the markets real quick. It is a bit frothy. It is a bit overextended to the upside. I feel like there could be a pullback, like it kind of needs it. And that essentially would make me feel like that would bring a lot of the upper end, like mid cap to large cap, even into the blue chip risk on assets. It'll bring them down a bit. And it'll pressure the DXY. It'll pressure the dollar up just a little bit, and essentially continue coming back down, right? So when that does happen, that's when I expect your small caps and micro caps to find a pretty nice relief rally, right? So I'm not saying that it's going to be this tomorrow. I'm saying that it is a potential that we can start facing that soon-ish, since there is an overextension in the broader markets themselves. Okay, my brother. So yeah, keep an eye on your risk here. But the last thing that you want to do is start to give way to your volatility, right? So don't let the volatility fall beneath you, or else you'll start losing extrinsic value if you're not in the money just yet. And the closer that the closer that you do get to your expiry, the more extrinsic value you're losing too. Okay, so Steve, let's see, is the buy-in FNGR still 430, 435, and could it hit that today, Arca? I'm looking for re-entry, still selling a block of shares. Okay, I see. So let's go ahead and take a look at FNGR real quick. Sorry, team. I realize that there's a lot of comments before this, but I'm sure, right? I'm sure that FNGR is quite the topic here. So let's see, daily low. We went to 460 already. Okay, so let's find out to see if that is in fact. Did I talk about that, team? Did I talk about an upside first before a retracement? I don't remember the video that I released last night. So many tickers that we're evaluating, right? But still, oh wow, man. So it came very, yeah. There's a resistance to be faced right up here. Okay, in 52 minutes, this 4-hour candle will stop. We could face a resistance located at about 526. I'm not sure of that. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, the EMA 21 is coming up alongside the SMA 10. That could be the 526 grab here. And this would show a downside yet again. I'm not sure that downside is going to be realized today. The EMA 55 located at 48, at 487-ish. Yeah, the thing is that makes it tricky here is that the moving averages are all kind of converging, right? So price action will also tighten up with the triangle. So if I were to remember in the video, I was talking about the 430 touch potentially Tuesday, even Wednesday next week, but then I ended up with saying maybe Monday or Tuesday. So I don't see the 430 touching today, although I'm already pretty impressed that it did reach down to 460 into our levels of support, right? The triangle bottom and this bottom side support that we were looking at in confluence with this wick high, right? So and also these candle highs too. Lots of points that were suggesting that this could be a bottom side alongside the falling wedge. I just want to tell you that I still have to honor what I said. There might be some ebb and flow here, right? Within the next few hours, even into tomorrow, potential continuation as we approach to the apex. Of course, we're going to keep an eye on this and see if it has the chance to break out soon. I mean, look at for example, this. Go ahead and notice that the enhanced MACD, this is part of the ARQ series indicators, right? You can see that we're already facing a potential curvature here, which means that we could start contracting soon. So if you were to kind of pair this with a visible, like a clear visibility of volatility, so let's go ahead and just do that real quick. Yeah, see, look at that. So we contracted, and this is already starting to potentially curve here. So if that contraction is present, man, this thing is expanding already on the 6 hour. Let's see what the 4 hour is showing. The 4 hours, the 4 hour is showing that we're actually breaking out of contraction level. Nice. We're very close to something here, man. Very close. Let me go back to actually, let me pull up. I have to see this. Careful. Okay, look at it. Steve, you're at 324. I think you were just at 325. Okay, watch out. You're at 325. You're bouncing. You're knocking at that door right there, man. I don't care where the price action continues, but you practice the way you do, okay? That's 325, showing volatility, man. It's showing that it wants to touch it. Let's see what the volume is looking like. Okay. Volume is coming in too, man. Watch out for that. I'm still favoring that 327 here. It may actually surpass it and try to wick up there. That would be incredible for you. Yeah, I'm looking at FNGR right now. That's why I came back to this screen. But you know what? I'm going to leave this screen up, and I'm going to just go ahead and pull up here FNGR and take a look at this, right? So let's see. Immediate short-term time frame showing absolute support for the upside, increasing volatility from critical. Hourly time frame, same thing. It's already bleeding into the bi-hourly ever so slightly. 4 hour still has a downside. I'm sorry, 3 hour has a downside, and so does the 4 hour. Oh man, jeez. Yeah, I think. Hold on, just a moment, man. This is tough, right? Because you have to be super quick with these things. 8 hour time frame downside, 6 hour time frame potentially corrective, but still downside. Okay, it's 15-minute time frame upside and potential retracement on the 5. Okay, yeah, there's a resistance coming up. I still have to kind of favor what I spoke about on the triangle. That meanwhile, we're still gonna find some resistance coming up right into this area here, and then price action would essentially retrace. See, we're gonna have to make some really conscious decisions here because this ebb and flow. I mean, the formation itself, it is indicative of a continuation here until we reach that area. Or till we approach to the apex of the triangle, which is traditional, right? It's traditional. It doesn't have to do that itself. I'm expecting a pullback for a few reasons. Okay, first of all, the EMA 21 located within that range, right? The second thing would be that although the triangles don't really practice the golden rule of 3 as much, we still have to acknowledge the potential of it. So if it does come up and test number 3 here, we have 1, 2, and 3. That would present the capitulation that we're talking about. Right, as it usually follows a pretty nice bear trend upon the third test of the resistance, right? So that would be the initial, the real feeling behind the downside, right? So, it's tough and it's conditional, brother. Okay, keep your eyes on that, right? But I still see an upside coming in the shorter time frame before a pullback. Let's see, not a problem. Social, gotcha. Let's see. So we're very still looking to lightly touch the 189 today. Let's see, then head upwards by afternoon, or is this a few days out? Touch the support of 189. Let's see. Right. So I remember. I'm trying to remember the video that I released last night for VIRI. I did release one, right? Bulls are catching their strength already, man. There wasn't that much of a. Oh, I guess they're sort of 195 drop for ticker symbol VIRI. Okay, team, let's see. Oh man, definitely finding that support. Jeez. Let's see. Today is Wednesday. The low that it reached was around 195. We were expecting 188. 199, right? So bounce incredible bounce from the 2-spot 618 at 197. It was not a support. It was actually a resistance. Very impressive for Viri itself. Okay, so according to this chart, we still have a resistance coming up at about 218. That's massively away. And let me see the RSI in this case, my brother. Right, so we were talking about a potential pullback all the way to 188, potentially 189 before a continuation to the upside, right? So, apologies if I forget exactly what I say, right? So, upside pivot, okay, crossing on the bi-hourly, we're crossing upside of the SMA 14 pink line. That's good. Okay, we're about to face a little bit of resistance on the 6 hour. The 4 hour is going to be the one to essentially reach that. Yeah, definitely resistance coming up. Okay, resistance coming up right at about here, 61%, because we would face that resistance from the gravitational zone and the SMA 14. What will grab us, though? What will have us support? Oh, the daily. Okay, yeah, there's a temporary downside coming in. But seeing that the price action is increasing volatility, I'm not sure that this would it's real. I mean, it's always a huge possibility, right, for it to realize that 189 level. But if it does retrace, it's feeling like it's going to want to retrace back to 197, right? So if I'm going to be very honest here, I'll give you a range between 197 and 188 for the pullback, in which case could present a validation of this support here of 197 and then a continuation to the upside. So keep an eye on that, okay, my brother? Yeah, that's what I keep on hearing. Everybody's talking about that ticker, Sam. Let's see, upside in FNGR, 526 resistance, temporarily 526 resistance. And then, yeah, FNGR is set to make an upside here soon, maybe in the next few days. And I'm looking at this resistance coming up. That's aggressive, 655. But this is in the process of breaking out a macro formation here. This is a big deal. Okay, and it's going to take some time. It's not quite as easy as just like, well, let's go, you know, and then done. Right? It's not that easy. The formation is already complex within itself. Right? So, but the overall take profit here is 1195. Huge upside potential within the traditional rules of trading this. Okay, so yeah, team. Oh man, look at this. Okay, so GTII is in fact realizing what we spoke of. So remember this. This is what I talked to you about, team. Look at this. This is the falling wedge that we broke out of, right? We broke out of it and we never came back to test the newly converted resistance into support. Highly likely we're going to face a bounce from that area. So I was speaking of a potential drop to within this zone here, 85.87 to 90.29. So there is a potential that we can drop here to right at about that literal bottom side there. If not just at 86 something, but within this range here, that's about as tight as it's going to get. Right, and it's already showing that there's exhaustion to the downside. Look at this, 8-hour time frame volume decreasing aggressively. So that means that there's less and less interest coming in for the bears, and also exhaustion. Right, so this is kind of indicative of a reversal. Damn it, coming up. That's what I was telling you yesterday. I can't pronounce indicative of a reversal. There I go again, man. I can't really say that. Oh goodness. Look at that, buddy. Look at that. Ticker symbol FUBO surpassing the 327. Potential wick back up to that resistance level that we're looking at, right? If it's going to touch it, man, if it's going to really realize this, then this is my range for you, okay? It's going to be 336 to about 343. And this was the volatility that I was saying that's come in, man. If it does break this, then you have that 336 to 343 to look at. Yeah, very, very impressive. Very impressive price action there, bro. My goodness. Okay, so anyway, team. Yeah, let me take a look at that what was that, TTOO real quick. Let's see what's going down. So that's that T2 Biosystems, right? A lot of people talking about this. Oh man, we had a whole play on this. Oh, I remember. We actually played this and met every single target to the upside. Nice. Good deal. Oh my goodness, man. So now we just have this huge convoluted chart here, right? Let's see. Yeah, man. This the entire play led to some pretty exponential upside targets. Congratulations if you did take that. Let's see here. So this is clearly a huge reaccumulation. Where did it face support? It faced support within this range high here. Why there? And that was honestly one of the ranges that we were already looking at back then. I'm gonna have to re-understand this here. Let me see the daily. TTOO, man, already making a nice move to the upside. So this opening valuation, let's see what it is. Let's see, 0881 0942. Damn, it's already up almost a whole point. It's pretty indicative of finding the floor. Okay, so the floor may very well be in here. I think 833 was your floor. We're starting to find some support here from the RSI on the daily time frame. Okay, so now that we have some type of narrative, let's go ahead and see what the immediate short term is saying. Okay, so 30-minute increasing volatility with upside pivot on stochastics. It's bleeding into the bi-hourly and hourly and the bi-hourly. Okay, good. 38 minutes to printing a bi-hourly bullish engulfing, and I see. Okay, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is 7. Remember, team, anything after 3, your probability start increasing on ladders, only on ladders, not on any formation. Okay, so as you start combating your 3, that means that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all those start becoming higher probabilities for a reversal. This could be it. Very likely the floor was found. Keith, what's up, my dude? We just covered it. Let me just go ahead and finish this up. I can touch on it again though. It's okay. We're getting very close to a support on GTII. Yeah, my brother. So Sam and whoever else is looking at this, you got in at it. What? That is great. That was literally the floor. Samantha catching that super tough entry. Destiny, you talking about UNH, the ticker that I put up on my on the daily watch list Discord? Okay, let's see the 4 hours, see if it's catching any of that. Oh, the 4 hours already reactive to this with increasing volatility. It's a little slow right now, but yeah, this thing is set to continue. Currently facing resistance at the EMA 7 of the 4 hour time frame. Man, yeah, okay. It's gonna be a little tough here, but I still see this, and yeah, it's suggesting a pullback here too. We're in the gravitational zone here. This is likely to pull back ever so slightly, potentially pull back to around 929, or I would say bottom of the range that it can pull back to, maybe 910, and then this would try to gather some more thrust and continue on to the upside here. There is a high probability that this can find a top side today of, I don't know. The SMA 50 on the 4 hour is pretty indicative of it breaking and closing a 0 here. So making the 10-cent mark, potential 1042 touch. That's a lot of volume though. So actually, one thing we can see, it's average true range. I want to know how far up and how far down it can move on a daily basis, right? So at least according to the closing period of the last 14 days. So let's go ahead and type it in right now. So TTOO, and it has about 1 cent opening at 890. 990 would be 990 would pretty much be the SMA 10. It's suggesting that the average true range would be right upside of the SMA 10. Literally at about 990 right here. It doesn't have to fit the ATR exactly. I'm just saying that this is suggesting the resistance here. So if this is the resistance by a number, then by discretion you can naturally find resistance right at the next relevant area, which could be right here, 1004. To the top side of the range, 1004 to 1044. I have the resistance already located here too. 1004 to 1044. That's my resistance area. Wow. All the targets from before are still working. Yeah. That's my resistance level here for you. Okay, and that's temporary, but I would need to see how price action reacts upon this touch here. That's going to be a break of market structure, but likely this will retrace back to find support at 980 from the SMA 10 before a continuation to the upside. And the continuation to the upside may be aggressive, but we would have to see where we sit upon validations. There was good news on FNGR. What was it? Team, please share with me. So yeah, remember that on FNGR, I'm waiting for that pullback from this zone here. And I may actually still have to favor, if we find a resistance from this zone here, 527, 546, that's good, but I would honestly encourage the resistance to be found from 574. If we get that 574 resistance, that's going to be a harder push to the downside here, all the way back down to potentially 455 temporarily, continued to bounce all the way up to 523 at this resistance, and then, literally trying to play this game until we reach maybe the areas of about 440, 435 around there. I still am pretty. I still have conviction within the analysis, right? Although that I should not marry the work, and I should marry the present within price action. But that's still kind of showing that. Anyway, team. So yeah, just to kind of remind everybody about GTII. So first of all, I want to remind everybody that we skipped on not yesterday's video, but the prior day's video. We essentially skipped an entire chop zone. Okay, so this chop zone here, we were in for a while, right? And then we moved down to this one here, and then the price action essentially skipped through this and then just went into the prior upside range, of which we never got to validate this one as support. So we're retracing back to this chop zone here and potentially finding support. So 86.27 at this bottom side of the support, which kind of matches the triangle right over here. So let me see. Oh my goodness, come on. So that's 85.87. It's very similar to the previous chart. There could be resistance finding that we're gonna find soon here, team. Okay, and then this would. I don't know if this is the floor just yet. A lot of bulls will try to catch entry here right before the actual target. I often do say that, right? But I mean, sometimes the price can actually fail the bottom side of the support that we're looking for, and then continue onwards and upwards, right? But still, this is the breakout from the triangle, and this is the retest from the triangle, and then a continuation, right? So within that, I mean, I don't see any fundamental news coming out, so this is gonna just start kind of either trading along the rules or not, right? So, but there's no reason for this to either capitulate to the floor, and also there's no reason for it to run to the upside. Fundamentally speaking, right, since we don't have anything in line here, I don't see any news or anything coming up unless I'm missing something. Let's see, interview with FNGR CEO, and there's exposing Gary Gensler and making headway on him, his illegal share, the naked short selling issue, right? So you are talking about GTII running in sympathy to the FNGR movement. Theoretically, yes. Theoretically, that's valid. Okay, so as the bigger the belief that GTII will run in sympathy to FNGR squeezing, that is going to be the driving force behind it, nothing else. Right? So, but overall, that will affect FNGR the most. It's not to say that GTII won't react to it, because there's a lot of people in the belief behind that thesis. Right, but and remember that GTII has been essentially riding the coattail of things like this. Like, for example, before there was the fight against short selling against CRTD, until that just went, with CRTD, with Created, until that went sour, and then price action started capitulating on both. So while we have high conviction on sympathy plays, we are at the mercy of the sympathy play too. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind, right? So the interview with the CEO gave you more hope. Okay, see that's where I'm trying to get you to really try to stay away from, right? Hopium in the stock market is very a difficult metric. In fact, it's not even a metric, right? So it's psychology, and oftentimes you do get some pretty nice pumps to the upside with psychology. Right, but remember, I'm a short-term trader, and absolutely systematic, and now changed into quantitative. So a lot of the hope has released. I've relinquished all that. You know what I mean? Because I'm reactive to data. So there's no hope, Arca. There's no hope. Right? There are numbers though, and numbers don't lie. Well, people do. So you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's always going to be some type of manipulation psychologically, and also literally with shares and everything, right? It's clear all over the market, team. There is a lot of manipulation presented, right? But I just want you to overall keep in mind, right? Just keep in mind that yes, it is tied and correlated to FNGR and all that good stuff. But that's actually a really good question from me to you, team. Can somebody explain to me? other than the naked short selling, how is FNGR and GTII tied together? As I am not studying their fundamentals, I really don't care about that. I only care about the data. But could someone explain to me how GTII and FNGR are correlated together other than the short selling fight, which is with that law firm, right? Who was it? The Christian, is that still the same law firm that's fighting the naked shorts alongside the other tickers? Ascending channel GTII looks to broaden, in my honest opinion. Let's see. On the what time frame are you looking at that? Off grid? Is it the daily? Yeah, Wes Christensen. That thing. That is it a guy? Is that a person from a law firm? Wes Christian. Is it Christian or Christensen? It's Christian. Oh, so we've surpassed a penny on TTO. Oh, nice. Look at that. Oof. I mean, it's resisting because that is the overall ATR, right? So yeah, if it surpasses this, if it validates the 1 cent mark, then oh man, there is a quick resistance here to be looked at 10:01, and then following would be 10:32. So yeah, team, is that the only on the daily? Yeah. So is that the only thing that's tying GTII and FNGR? Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot. Man, FNGR feels like it could continue pushing here, team. Short-term pullbacks are normal here. I am looking at this on the 4-hour, right? So anything within the 10-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute, you're definitely going to find some resistance. So Keith, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. XX, say, Arca, any shot at breaking down BBYQ? Yeah. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Let's see. They have the same retail shareholders. That's the only correlation other than the legal aspect. So Alpine Shorts, GTII, Finger Short, Lind Partners. And now, is there any tie between Lind and Alpine? Do you see FNGR breaking today or this week in general? Just trying to see where I should. Well, see, that's the thing that I was speaking of. I still feel we don't have enough data to be able to show you conviction of that, of like a sure thing. In fact, it's very difficult to even say that in the markets in the first place. But I still feel like we're going to be finding resistances here, and we be trading within this range here until about maybe Tuesday or Monday. So in fact, like this could essentially present either a quiet period or a reaccumulation period before we really start getting some upside moves. Raka saying, no, let's see, GTII is a sympathy play. Both are highly shorted, and it is believed that both will squeeze. No ties between Lind and Alpine. Okay, so I guess what I was trying to get out of you, team, is in fact that you're telling me that this is in fact just a sympathy play. A month ago, people thought GTII was the main play and Finger was a sympathy play. See, there's going to be always that exchange. So it's just who knew, like, imagine this. Just imagine this. If someone else came in and said a month ago that FNGR is the real play, it's not GTII, can you imagine what GTII shareholders would have said to that person? You know what I mean? So there's going to be an exchange of hands here. And the narrative is always going to change. The good thing is that it's all positive, right? But what the driving force behind GTII riding to the upside will be psychology. So, and that is a metric that's unmeasurable right now, especially within an asset that has a lot of psychology. Let's see. Blue is highly shorted. Can you evaluate? Thanks. People are saying they will buy GTII once FNGR squeezes. So see that belief there? What Joel just said. that people will buy GTII when FNGR squeezes. So there is also the belief that FNGR will not run in sympathy to GTII. So there are, within the same community, you have people not believing that GTII will run either. So you have, I don't know what that percentage is, but that's already a clear indication that there is, there's that implication there, right? There is an indecision. So GTII was the original, FNGR came later. GTII has been mentioned in NSCC and SEC documents as being naked shorted. That's the thesis, right? So, okay, gotcha. So GTII is the original play, right? FNGR came later. I think William Ferrand, I think he started covering FNGR, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago. He's been in it for a long time, right? So, I mean, yes, if one was original, it's just FNGR was not irrelevant. It was. Is that true though? Like, can he? Did you guys hear him say that? How many years ago was it that he started covering it? The driving force is the belief of the synthetic shares. That's what I mean. It's entirely based in the belief of it. And my point to that is that if enough retail believes that FNGR and GTII will be a sympathy run, then it will be. But since we don't know the exact number of that, we don't know how many people believe or not believe, then that's going to be a potential resistance factor. Let's see. Hammond, William, and David, right? So I think William was the original one though. 2 to 3 years. Ham has been following FNGR for 5 years. See, that's where I'm feeling a little weird. I'm not sure that that's entirely true, because right here it shows that the IPO was listed on December 28th, 2021. This is right here. When you click on this is the very beginning. You've made your way through all available data. We hope that this was useful. Unless FNGR was listed on something that's not an American market, I don't see how that can exist past 5 years. So Jewelry Affairs, do you know if this has actually gone beyond the 2021? Let's see if we can get here goes. Check it out. So the daily time frame is showing us April 15th, which backs the thesis of William actually covering this for the last 8 years. So he was potentially covering this from 2016-17. People might be confusing FNGR with GTII and the 5-year thing. Oh, I got you. And now EO saying William got in later. Okay. So the daily time frame kind of backs William's thesis, right? I think I heard him say in a interview, I want to say maybe yesterday or 2 days ago or something, where he was saying that he actually entered GTII and FNGR, about 8 years ago, and he noticed that, I don't know if he passed it on. I don't know how that story went right there. It wasn't very clear, but he was saying that eventually Ham was not accepting any help and he was running on his own steam, right? Helping the GTII case. Let's see. It was Ham that brought it to our attention. So both are crazily shorted. FNGR has the better fundamentals. GTII was the only company mentioned in a... Okay, that's what essentially what people were saying. So no, Ham is mainly GTII, FNGR second. William following 2 to 2.5 years. Yikes. Okay, so yeah, I probably have to refer back to that interview that he was talking about, because he said, I'm pretty sure that he mentioned 8 years, which is literally the beginning of the trading of this, right? So I mean, literally 8 years ago is 2015. And this started trading, apparently, the 28th of January, 2015 at the beginning. So it's been just over 8 years. J. Abrams, GTI has been targeted by the DTCC. So, I mean, do you guys remember the AMC play? I mean, all that stuff. It's just, and I find it the most obnoxious too that I hear people within the AMC community, like videos saying the shorts are in trouble. Like, what do you mean the shorts are in trouble? They are in the money 100%. Like, how is that in trouble? Like, they're like, what does that mean? You know, we're up, the prices right now after RS is equivalent to like $1 from before the RS. Like, that's like, how are you saying that? You know, I'm not sure that that's entirely true. Me too. I'm stuck in AMC the same way, man. 150 million shorted on FNGR. So that's what I keep on hearing. William mentioned 153, 54, right around there, right? So me either, man. I can't wait to get out of that. It's annoying. So I think William has been in FNGR for 5 years, and GTI for 3, from what I remember. Okay, gotcha. So 350 million shortage. That's something that William said to me in an interview when I was talking to him. He said to me that the 300 million is, he doesn't see any proof of that, but he feels that it may be around 150 or 154 million. At least that's what he said to me directly, right? So when we were in an interview, a space call together. Don't use logic, Arca. It's anti-logic to say the shorts in AMC are in trouble. Yeah, seriously, what do you mean? Like, that's like in trouble for the future, or like what? You know, they drove the price pretty much from 72 to like $1 without an RS, if you were to consider that, right? Man. So J. Abrams saying they can't cover. What do you think would be preventing them from covering? So Laid Back for Life. Hi, Arca. Can you please take a look at AI when you have time? Yeah, that was one of those tickers that we were looking at, right, my brother? I have it up in the watch list. Oh, nice. 331 on that was the top side, right? And I was suggesting 327. Not bad, man. Steve, I hope you were able to capitalize on this. I that may be the blow off top here. There could be one more shot at it. But I'm not seeing this. It's already almost 9 o'clock. There could be a switch in the narrative here and then pullback to reaccumulate. This pullback here will make you lose open interest and implied volatility heavier than you think. Okay, so careful. Be very careful. You're right at the target where I told you. Let's see. Let me run that real quick. Nice, man, looking very bullish. Upside pivot on the 4-hour. We have increasing volatility as well. AI is, I put it in my watch list for the last 2 days for a reason. This is absolutely suggesting a continuation to the upside and a very powerful upside. Team, are you able to, do you guys know if ticker symbol C3AI or ticker symbol AI for C3AI, is this open AI? As in the creators of Chat GPT? Please let me know. There we go. So it's already facing resistance from the top side of the range, 1046. It actually reached 1050. All right, with enough thrust. My goodness, there could be a pullback right over here. Okay, but that's an aggressive sell-off right at that resistance of the SMA 50 that we spoke of. Okay, so I mean, a very aggressive downside here. People are taking profits though. That's not short biased conviction. I would say that's sell side conviction. It's not OpenAI. Okay. What ticker is who publicly trades, or does OpenAI publicly trade? Actually, is that something? I have a reason behind that. Let me go ahead and just pull up. I'm just gonna go ahead and find out really fast what. Let's see. I want to know what the real ticker is for that. So, what is OpenAI? What is the ticker symbol? Right. Let's see. OpenAI is not publicly traded. Oh, it's not. I thought that because Elon Musk had his hands on the script, or was Elon Musk the actually was he just no. I heard he did have his hands on the script. That's the ticker I was asking for you about yesterday, my bro. Of course. There's a lot of neutral in the broader markets right now, team. That's indicative of a resistance. Okay, so hold on just a sec. This is let's pull this up. So not legal advice saying owned by Microsoft 60%. Okay. Elon was one of the founders. Oh, right. Check it out, man. TTOO. That's very nice. Right. Let me just pull up this as a reminder for Johnny Barnes. Nice, man. Another one of those, dude. Wow. This is meeting the bottom side criteria. This is likely to continue. 6 hour time frame, same thing. My goodness. I don't see why this wouldn't reach the 8 hour resistance of the SMA 50 at 226 today. From the current price action, I'm going to continue with the AI, though, okay? From the current price action, you're looking at an additional almost 4% if it respects the resistances of the 8 hour. This is likely to continue, bro. Good call. Very good call. I can see you're using the footprint. 12 hour time frame consistent. 226, same place. Daily time frame SMA 50 also consistent. I would say 229. Resistance to be found between 226 and 230. And I see this as highly likely reaching today unless this sells off heavily from where it is right now. This is a reaccumulation right here. We could still drop a little bit further to around 217, possibly to 215, and then this can continue. But it's showing a lot of buy side conviction. Okay, so ticker symbol AI, like I said, the 4 hour time frame is extremely powerful here. This is very likely bleeding into the 6. See this right here? Come on, pull it up. There we go. The 6 hour time frame, massive upside with increasing volatility. 8 hour time frame, barely entering the bullish control zone with expanding volatility. Upside of the SMA 14 on the 8 hour and showing some bars in the MACD too. This is very nice, and I'm gonna keep this in my watch list, man. But this thing could actually have the power to reach higher numbers here. I would think that the first resistance that we could find in the coming days are probably 43.98 to the top side of the range here at about 45.08. Other than that, I do suspect this to continue on to the upside at a range of about 46.53 to the top of 48.87. So a several point move to the upside, and there is, let's see, Microsoft shows investors the money from AI. Why is Meta deal? Why it's Meta deal threatens Google. Wow. Okay. So all of these are facing some type of news right now. The reason why I was saying is because ChatGPT, OpenAI, they may be in a little bit of trouble right now because of the language model training sequence that they followed. The data that they gathered was actually without permission, and it was our data, literally us from the internet. And that being said, they used us as the language model's training program without our consent, and what makes it a bit sketchy is that they're benefiting financially, although it is available for free as the GPT 3.5 version, as a free version. They are still benefiting financially from the GPT-4 platform, since they do have a $20 a month subscription fee. So now, aside from that, I don't know if you've seen the influx of all these other AI companies, right? So TTO, currently at the resistance that we're looking at, This was my top side of the range here. I would have honestly just exited here, despite that it can still go higher. If I was already in the money here, made a 10 to 14% gainer, I'm out. And then I would wait for a pullback here, find the most relevant area for re-entry upon confirmation, and then continue riding it upwards. I am not the person to talk to for holding long term, as I do not trust the markets enough with my capital. Right, so I would be I'm very protective. So I at any chance, if I am breaking 10%, 12%, 13%, like I did yesterday in FFIE, I pocketed 14%, and it still went a little bit further to the upside. I could have banked on 17 or 18, but it's not the could have game. It's the what are you doing about the current situation game. So I'm reactive to what's present, and that's it. So other than that, it's if I have a back test in it, then I would have to trust the back tested data. But as you guys know, I'm not really practicing statistics here when I'm speaking to you live. I'm practicing straight my original edge, my discretion, which is something I haven't done in quite some time. And to be perfectly transparent with you and honest, I'm quite surprised that my discretion is still has the edge that it does. Although I haven't practiced it as much, right? So yeah, this was my range, my brother. I do see a pullback coming in, but that's why I told you that if I reach this range here, I would have already pulled out. I would not be letting the markets take any of my profits from that range, right? And then if the price action permits, then 988 could be the pullback here, and that would be a great zone for us to validate the SMA 10 for a continuation to the upside. Right, but until then, I think I would have remained with my position liquidation right in that range. We spoke of the SMA 50 located at about 1046, and that was I personally, it's just my style. It doesn't have to be yours, right? Because we all find the way we trade best. It's just in my experience, and also I learned through a bear market, so I naturally learned how to be extremely protective. Apart from the people who did learn in a bull cycle, they learned how to hold, because likely you'll be in the money the next day. But unfortunately, when you're in a bear market, there is so much more to consider, and it's not just hold and then hopefully you just reach the upside one day because it's an overall bull market and it's going to probably gap up in 2 days anyway. Thesis, right? So that's tough, man. That's a very I am very thankful that I did not learn in a bull market cycle. So let's see. I'm coming back. Sorry. Yeah, no. So going back to the just real fast. I just wanted to tell you guys the reason why ChatGPT was in trouble. So they used that what was it called? They used the data from online from us without our consent, and they're benefiting financially from it with a $20 subscription monthly, a monthly subscription, right? The trick here is that I don't know if you've seen the influx of AI generators coming up, and I don't know if you've heard this term before where they say that they're powered by GPT-4. When they're powered by GPT-4, that's particularly the GPT model that's being charged, that's receiving revenue in order for use. So that now ties in all of those companies into this lawsuit. So, but there are loopholes like anything else. I'm just saying that this is there's a little bit of turbulence that is causing AI to react the way it's reacting right now. There is an underlying fundamental reason why the all of the AI tickers are reacting the way they are. So if you would like to do some more research on it, please do that. I'm just saying that there is narrative behind this movement beyond statistics. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at BBAI for Johnny Barnes. Johnny Barnes, I still have to say, dude, I have to give you that resistance range of 226 to 231. Sorry I interrupted there, bro, but 230. Sorry, 226 to 230 potential pullback, but it's very, very likely for it to continue. If it tops out today, at least in this moment, you may see the continuation either 10:30 a.m. or power hour. Okay, my dude. So keep an eye on that, and I don't see any immediate danger. There's nothing suggesting that this thing would sell off immediately. Of course, any of that is possible in the markets, right? But I like what the price action is doing here, and please know that I am saying a resistance temporary right here at 230. I'm gonna make this very clear for you, okay? And actually, everyone who's listening, this should be good for you too. Okay, so let me get rid of the moving averages here, at least the ones that are irrelevant. Oof. EMA 21 resistance right now, currently converting it into a support. Very good. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about here. Let me get the price action out of the way. What is that, Johnny Barnes? This is a 200. This is an SMA 50. What is that about to happen? Please let me know in the chat what you're seeing here. What is about to happen? Let's see. Social. Let's see. Thank you, Arca. Not a problem. I'm really. I really do hope to help. I know that my messages are a little delayed here, but Johnny Barnes, you're looking at the SMA. You're looking at the. Yes, right. So this is the golden cross here. Question. Whoa. Team, you there still? Whoa. Team, let me know that you're still there. I feel like I lost everyone right now. Oh. Oh, good. I'm having a huge error on the stream, on the analytics page for... Okay, good. At least I can see you there because I am not catching any comments on my analytics page. I'll show you what I mean. This is what I'm looking at, right? You guys have already seen the screen. You see what's happening? It says error, duplicate stream key. Select a new key below to go live here or switch to live. So I'm confused over how I'm still streaming and that error is being presented right now. So that's the screen that you're looking at. There is my. You can, Jonna, you can hear and see. Okay, good. All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna leave that there, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. And as long as we're still good, but I can't see the chat anymore on that side. I can see the chat now from. I can show you the 49-inch curved display. I can see the chat there. So at least we have one area where we're able to see it. Good to see you, Jonna. Dang it, boy. Good to see you here, too. David, let's see. Don't forget to hit that like button, says David. Thank you so much. Look at that. Of course, team. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, too. Hit that bell icon in order to be notified when I am live or post a video. So, Tony Rodriguez, I can hear and see. Good. Thank you, team. I really appreciate you sharing that with me because sometimes I don't know. Right. So, again, yes, good job for you to identify a golden cross, right? But please remember that your golden cross is always going to be your shorter time frame period over the longer one, right? So this is the actual golden cross here. But what's happening here is that we're converging to create what's called a death cross. Okay, so that is the inverse cross of the SMA 50 over the 200 golden cross, right? So we don't want to do that. We don't want to use the SMA 50 as an overall resistance because then this will really present an invalidation of a bull market cycle for BBAI in a macro perspective. Okay, so let's pull up the price action one more time and look at this. Okay, so daily time frame is bouncing essentially from the SMA 200. It's reclaiming the inside of the SMA 200 here, okay? So if we are reclaiming the SMA 200, it's safe to think that the SMA 10 and the EMA 7 will give us enough support to succeed. Here it is, look, SMA 10 and EMA 7. It will give us enough support for us to succeed the upside of the SMA 50 When that happens, likely a reversal will have a pullback from 251. 251 break, reclaim of the SMA 50, come back and retest the area of about 230 as a form of support before continuing to the upside. Okay, so what's essentially happening here is that while we did get that golden cross literally right here within that X of the SMA 50 and the SMA 200, price action isn't all the way convinced that this is the switching of the trend. So that's why we came back and not only validated the SMA 50, but you can see sentiment said that no, we have to validate both. If we are in fact in a bull market trend, then we're not going to make it easy. We're going to make sure that we are all in accordance here, and we're going to test both of the SMA 200 and the SMA's 50 validity of the golden cross, and then we can continue onwards, right? So this is a very critical time for BBAI. Okay, so I mean, as far as volatility, there is clear expansion, which is usually indicative mathematically of an upside continuing, especially when it's paired with stochastics to an upside. Okay, so keep an eye on that. But yeah, this is a very tricky play right now, although I still see buy side conviction. Okay, my brother. So yeah, meanwhile over here, this thing just still messing around, lollygagging over here, the YouTube the analytics page. Dude, why are you saying that? I'm gonna go back to the damn studio. That's actually very annoying, team. I apologize if you're seeing any. I'm happy that you're not, in fact, right? I'm happy that you're not finding any disturbance here from whatever is happening. So a ticker symbol VIRI, hungry or what? There we go, team. Now look at this. Look at this. Here's my portrait again. This is my 27-inch portrait display next to my, the center screens here. So it's back. And clearly you can see here that Arca ignored a head and shoulders, right? And we created a bear trap here, and we have more viewers now. Arca is squeezing. I'm just being silly, team. Let's go ahead and take a look at VIRI real quick, right? We're keeping an eye on this anyway, right, team? So, yeah, damn. Oh, dude. Could it have been? I mean, could it really have been? The bottom side here, 195. We were expecting 189, 188, right? But this thing is all of a sudden tricking us, and it's just going to continue onwards and upwards. Come on, man. I was waiting for entry. No, team, I'm not trading VIRI. I'm not long this ticker, right? But even though we've been covering it since 26 cents. All good. All good. It's really, I do this because I really want retail to win. Right, so, can we, let's see, so too many fake Arca shares, I guess, dude. That's interesting that you're saying that, Steve, because oh my goodness, guys, I'm so happy that you did mention that, because I haven't mentioned it in so long. Team, there is another squeeze, another influx of Arca, imposter accounts being created and reaching out to you personally. Do not engage with them, because I will never send you a message first, right? And I am certainly not going to say, give me your money so we can trade crypto. No, that is not me, okay? You got to short them. There is only one real Arca, okay? That is, you are literally speaking to him right now, okay? So guys, don't fall for that, okay? There's very dangerous times out there. Okay, team? Yeah. If I didn't say enough right here, team, I still expect an upside continuation on ticker symbol AI. Several things suggesting a continuation of expansion here with an upside pivot, specifically in the 6-hour to daily time frame, which presents a very bullish outlook. So over the span of the next maybe 2 days, potentially into early next week, this could reach topside targets ranging anywhere between 43.86 to around this 48.87 area as an overall range. I think I did say that. but I just want to touch down on it once again because I'm just being a bird brain right now, right? So anyway, team, let me take a look at real fast here, ticker symbol TEL, and see what's going down. So, John, I remember you were talking about this yesterday. Was it you? What was it? I remember a few people were talking. Oh, nice. Look at that. We got the range that we were talking about. And this was, yeah, okay, good. I was like, did I draw that yesterday because we touched already? Or did I draw that because we were going to potentially go there and present a potential 18% or 19% move? Are you still long the asset? I don't know if you're actually trading this or if you're investing in it, right? For like a long hold. But this area here, okay, you're short-term trading it. So, and I remember you said, yeah, you said your entry was like, you're well in the right. I remember. Oh my goodness, 143 was your cost basis. I think you said. Am I remembering that correctly? Let me see. So 148. Okay, 148. So let me see if I can adjust that to 148 and then measure whatever it is right now. So you're currently sitting on 16%. Damn. Okay, and you were at about 18% up. Oh man. See, let me just see if this thing has more thrust. Okay, upside in the 30-minute hourly time frames has a little bit of downside coming in. Consolidation bi-hourly, consolidation 3 hour, 4 hours still shows upside a little bit. Oh my goodness. Wow, so this is still suggesting upside. Damn. I don't think, I'm not sure that it can do it today, but I still am holding this 181, right? But honestly, these targets are usually figured by me like that, right? So where I say that, yeah, I will, consider the top side of the zone to be 181. But I will likely, liquidate position when reaching the bottom side of the range. So as usually you just face a natural pullback from that bottom side of the range because this is the high, right? We were looking at a high of about 174 based on these candles here, and price action reached a high of 176. So that's telling you that this is an inflection point. Remember that there's also a gap here, right? So if we have this zone as a potential resistance and a key resistance, that means that the next moves that this ticker will do are going to be of greater I'm really talking about of greater, can I say that? Can I offend short sellers like that? Let me just say it as it'll really challenge the short sellers into something else here, because this has the thrust to put, my range is essentially the 181, but the true range would be this imbalance here. This is called an imbalance. This candle wick low there. Let me zoom in. I want you to be utterly clear about what I'm saying here. So this wick of this candle here and this wick of this candle are creating a gap in between this one. So this is called a fair value gap or an imbalance. So this is actually the real range that it should be resisting from. So in all reality, you could actually face a resistance overall at 181 with a potential wick to the 188, a flash wick, and then it'll retrace, right? So, but when it retraces, it has this to validate as a new support, the 174 to around 176 zone. That would be your new support. You break out and you confirm that this was a good area of support, and that's set because of what I'm seeing here on the daily and the bi-daily. Yeah, the daily, I'm sorry, the 12-hour and the daily, they're very powerful. This is increasing volatility, and you have upside momentum on both the EMA3 and SMA14 of stochastics. This is set to continue, and I only would have taken profit here because I would wait for the validation next. Literally, I would have liquidated here, and then I would have waited for the imbalance resistance. and then I would have waited for the retracement back to 176 from where I already took the profits from, and continue from that area again, right to the upside, because I can see this in maybe 2 weeks reach the range between, I don't know, 205 and potentially 212, which then would be 2 or 3 times the play that you initially started, right? But I don't like to give anything back that I've already siphoned from the market. So it's kind of difficult. You're thinking of swinging AI, Daniel Gonzalez says. Let me see AI. And more importantly, what the hell happened? Right, I'm going to look at AI right now, but hold on just a sec. Let me see. Hold on, team. 4-hour time frame. Okay, 6 bi-hourly time frame. Downside, hourly downside. Downside on 30 minutes, 6 hours. Let me see, the 4 hours downside. Okay, so 6 hours still reactive, 8 hours upside, 12-hour upside, daily. Let me see if it has it. Okay, barely starting the up. All right, so immediate short-term pullback is happening on ticker symbol AI. Let me see the 30-minute real quick. Okay, the pullback has a range. Man, it's still suggesting downside here. We have a range to look out for on the 30-minute. Okay, this is false. This is going to face resistance again at the EMA 7 and SMA 10. This is not real. Don't trust that. I feel like the SMA 50 and the bottom side of this wick could be entry here. So that would be 40.86 to about 40.67, and that I honestly would probably wait for that to kind of happen here. And now, yes, I am suggesting this target here, but oftentimes you have the bulls load up just before the actual target. So, and I personally would wait for the discount, right? Because this, I mean, look at the price action. Let me get rid of the moving averages. So look at the price action do these liquidity traps to both shorts and long bias traders. This here, so this is a long trap and this is a short trap. So, I mean, man. So or inverse, sorry, right? So yeah, it's just creating liquidity traps because something is about to happen. So I see like that this thing may actually favor one more downside here, and it could be back down to that area. Let me see the 15-minute time frame momentum real quick. Gonna keep my eye on it. Definitely wait for that low. Let me see the 5-minute and 15-minute. Do they suggest downs? Okay, the 5-minute is trying to react to the upside, but the 15-minute is still very aggressively pivoted to the downside. Same as the 30-minute. Oh, geez. Okay, when I'm starting to get this indecision, like, for example, the 5 minutes showing an upside and then the 15 minutes showing a downside, that indecision makes me scale in instead. Okay, so if you see a touch of 41.28, sometimes that's me. Sometimes that would be me giving about. So if I'm gonna allow a certain amount of my portfolio to be traded, I'm gonna consider that certain amount a 100% amount. So I would scale in, meaning that I would do 30% allowable tradable portfolio, right, at this 41.28. And then as we scale down, I would probably do 40 at 41. I would re-enter another 30%, and then touching down to this target at the upper side of 40.86. That would be when I would enter the rest of the 40% to complete a 100% allowable trading range of your portfolio. So that's honestly because of the 5-minute. The 5-minute is showing this upside coming in, but it's not as clear because the 15-minute and the 30-minute are still capitulating. There's still downside to that. So yeah, my first scale in would be now, and that would be literally now. And then I would start to wait for the 41. Let me see. Yeah, I would wait for the 41 flat and then the 40.86. But yeah, my initial would have already been in. There we go. That's the 41.28 touch. Right, so we're gonna combat this little by little, right? Because it's the 5-minute against the 15-minute right now. And now if we look a little closer, you can actually see that the 5-minute is sort of showing a little bit of weakness. So while it does show the weakness, we don't know that that's officially the bottom, right? So we have to kind of be reactive to that data as we go. But the 15-minute time frame is now, because there's a little bit of weakness on the 5, that now gives even further validity to the 15 and the 30 showing downside. So this already would have been my initial, right? So team, hold on just a sec. Let me go ahead and say goodbye to the little lady. She is now on her way to work. Just a moment, team. I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye. Just like Cryptic says, I'm going to go and handle business, he says. All right, team, be patient. Hold on just a quick sec. Did I just see that correctly? Northwest just said Arca the 2-minute smasher. Dude, you guys are ridiculous. Oh my goodness, man. All right, anyway, team, so the play is actually happening the way we're saying, right? So we dude, oh my goodness, man. That is good times, bro. Oh my goodness, man. The 2-minute smasher. Guys, I just have to say goodbye to the little lady, right, man? So anyway, team, let me complete here. All right, good. So the play is actually happening, right? The low that we've seen so far is 4105, right? So we've already scaled in one time. That would be the 30% entry. What I am noticing here, in fact, is that the volume is, the volume is starting to show some upside here, so not bad. And EO is saying Arca is the most underrated trader in the equities market, right? Yet he is the best. If you know, you know, my dude. Oh, it's let's see, new Arca nickname is the 2-minute wonder. Oh man, good times, guys. Good times. So, yeah, I'm sorry, team. What I was saying is that we're already in about 30% of the allowable trading portfolio, right? So we're waiting for that 41, which is located right at about here. Okay, so we're waiting for the 41 to enter an additional 30% for a cost basis reduction. And there could be one more zone, which is the bottom side of the range that I'm speaking of, right? So 40.86 to 40.67, preferably 40.86. Okay, here we come. 41.07, 41.09. Okay, that pressure is coming in. Okay, team. So what I do have to say is that sometimes this is very scary because there you go. All right, 41. We already got that 41, so we're now in 60% allowable trade. Now. Your cost basis could 40.86 is my preference here to 40.67. Okay, here we go. 40. It already almost touched it. Here we go. Okay, there we go. 40.86 was the grab. Okay, so now the bottom side of the range would be the 40.67 here. Potential bounce from that zone. Let's see here if we have any of the moving averages suggest. There we go. There's the EMA 7 located right at 40.67. That was essentially it right there. Almost. Ooh, boy. Oh boy, man, that was already 100% position. Let's go ahead and present a potential stop here. SMA 10 would actually be a wick, but let's go ahead and see. Let's measure what the stop parameters can be. Okay, so we're looking at, let's see, it's a valuation of about 40.67. It's a $40 asset, right? So we have room to actually take into deeper consideration here. So if it were up to me, I would already be looking at, let's see here. Hold on just a sec, team. Yeah, I would say slightly below the SMA 54 hour. I'm going to be very aggressive on this and say that I'm willing to lose 3.5% of the allowable trading portfolio for a move to the upside here for a bet. Right, so this is really the long position that we're looking at, team. Hold on just a quick moment. Right, so essentially we've averaged it to be around 40.86 or just ever so slightly higher than that. Okay. Let's see what the take profit can be. Is the take profit on this is it can be substantially higher than what's being presented, right? So with a potential stop at minus 3.5%, let me just adjust that right to down to here. That would be the essential stop, right? In case price action does reject. Now let's see. The long position, I mean 5.5% is whatever. That's not really what I'm looking for. What I am looking for is this inverse herpy derpy realizing. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take into account what that can be. Okay, so hold on, team. Man, literally we are paper trading live. Live paper trade. Who was saying Northwest? Is that you? Are you paper mache or who was it? This could be the double shoulder that we're looking for, right? So somebody said man, is very exploding already, guys. Damn. Oh, geez Louise. Arca said 189 and we only dropped to 195. What the hell is wrong with you, Arca? Okay? Wrong times here. Bad moves. Anyway, let's see. What were the very high targets? I have to finish AI, but hold on. Okay, so we have to combat a few areas first, okay? 215 is a 3.618 natural resistance there, potential pullback to the current highs of around 206. All right, so you're the paper mache. And 206 would be the confirmation before a continuation to the upside, of which we then could see the targets upside of 230 to 240. My top side, of course, is 252, right? But I would really watch out for the 240 target at 230. Okay, so yeah, the VRI looking very promising. Okay, team. So yeah, this thing is dangerous times over here, right? So anyway, we were gonna catch that topside target. Yeah. Hold on just a sec, Daryl. Let me just go ahead and finish this one real quick and see what the good deal is here, right? This is I would have to say that this is the neckline, right? So then we take another trend line here from the bottom side of the head, just like this, to right here at the neckline, right? And then from this zone here, you apply that trend line for a price objective. So that is essentially leading to, wow, no way, that is cool. I love it how things work like this, man. It just really shows that we are in true control when we are in control, until we're not in control and someone else is in control. But this gap here from the 4 hour, that's essentially where it's leading us to, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and favor the psychological target of about 46.25 to 46.59. Let's validate this with geometrics. Let's see if we have that. Okay, so top side of the range, swing high to the swing low of the current swing low, that is. I don't know what the swing low is, right? So this is only suggesting that we are, at a floor here, right? Because we saw that support zone there. Man, I'm gonna take into consideration not that. I'm gonna take the prior 4 hour candle. I'm just gonna follow my rules, okay? So I'm gonna use the prior 4 hour candle as the, and that was a good decision. So yeah, check it out. So 272 correlation here, right? So we have that right there. We were talking about 46.25. We have 46.15 at the 272, which matches the gap. And who knows what other sorcery it matches, right? But then naturally, because we're already within this range, then we naturally have to put a potential wick or a top side of the resistance here at the 2.618, $47, right? So there we go. Okay, so yeah, we're starting to get that retracement here that we were looking for, right? So this is just in the event, right? We have that stop loss in here just in case that the price action can capitulate further. But if we're talking about a full on to the bottom side of the range here, we are looking at a 13.17% move to the upside. Top side of the range, if you are to consider that would be a 15.08% move to the upside. Johnny Barnes, Arca the poet. I'm speaking sweet little nothings into your little ears. Right. Yeah, guys, this is essentially what I'm looking at here. Pretty. I would say it's a very attractive short-term play. High conviction in it, right? But obviously, you see that I'm not really trusting the markets all too much because of my aggressive stop, right? So I'm really arguably, I said 3.5, but I have a 3.96. So you can see that my conviction, yes, it is there, but I'm also incredibly protective with a tight stop. I am willing to risk. Okay, this is just so that you know, like, how this is, right? So the risk to reward ratio is a 3.34, right? So this, yeah, I think this is more than conservative. So if I were aggressive, I would move this down to about 5.5%. And that would land us to this point here of 38.50, but I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose more than 3.96, right? So it's tough, right, team? Sometimes you're going to be right, sometimes you're not. But the reason why I chose this here is because of the SMA 50 on the 4 hour, right? So the SMA 50 located at 39.47, and it's tough, right? It's really tough. You just have to kind of wing it out, air it out, and see if that's in fact what you're looking for, right? But yeah, I have a belief here that this formation, alongside the parameters of the 6 hour, 8 hour, and 12 hour upsides and increasing of volatility, are essentially going to reject from, I mean, at any moment here. Okay, team. So one other thing that you should keep in mind is that if you are trading this, then there is the potential to where you may actually have to swing this for the 15% gainer, as this is building an inverted hammer after a downtrend, right? So that would be a powerful statement from the asset, and an upside from this is very likely. Okay, team. So yeah, we're gonna leave that play there for now. But that's essentially the play. We'll check it out later. If we got stopped out, we got stopped out. Next play. It doesn't matter. We want to encourage ourselves to be wrong more than we are right, right? But as long as we do put some skin in the game, and I'm talking about real paper here, like actual trading panel, paper trading simulator real paper. Okay, this one right here. See this? Connect paper trading. Yeah. Arca, can you check? Did it actually meet the targets that we were talking about? I still have to look at BBBYQ, right? So BBBYQ, we were talking about a very, very significant upside for this, right? So, nice. Good deal. Wow. It reaccumulated within the range that we spoke of the other day. I think it's been till last week. And I was already talking about this target at 64 spot 55% to the upside. Why was I talking about that? Was that already because I realized the upside? Remember I found my data on BBBY that it wasn't shown before, right? So this is for the people who don't actually know what I'm about, right? I'm speaking of statistical backtests of certain criteria. And let me see if I have it. Yeah, there it is. I have one right here. And this is volatility versus momentum. And this would essentially give us a pretty... This is everything I've measured, right? So to give you some context, is anytime that we have expanded into the critical volatility zone that is within the 90 percentile here and started a contraction phase, that paired with an upside pivot on stochastics, that would mark off one iteration, right? So I've marked off the opening valuation of the candle from when it initially started to contract, and I've taken the range high upon re-entry or the opposition here, reaching the opposite side of the extremities, or it reached the absolute high of the price action during one of those iterations. So that is the criteria behind it. So I have measured the duration of the iteration, the upside thrust, and the amount of times that the profile itself guessed the iterations correctly versus incorrectly. So that gives us 35 iterations throughout the entire trading history of BBBY on the 5-day chart here. That gave us, let's see, 25 out of those 35 were guessed correctly to the upside. We have a 71.4% upside accuracy with a 62.55% upside thrust, aka your mean. And this mean was located at 36.99. Price action is at 39.47. The mean has already been met. So that means that when I took this back test, this was in January, I wasn't taking into account my standard deviations at that time, especially my upper bound and lower bounds. So this is very likely to make a standard deviation move here. And I don't know that metric, but we can always speculate, right? There are several ways to kind of look at that. Nice. Gaussian band retest before a continuation to the upside means that we're heading for the mean on the upper time frames. Let's see if we have one located somewhere. If we don't, all good. But it may actually be the... oh, are you serious? Are we really about to make that upside like that? Get out of here. Take a look at the daily. Oh, sorry, the buy daily. Can it be possible? The 1.272 at 68.97. Huge swing play here, man. This is overall a huge break of market structure. Hold on. Oh, right. Very interesting. This is breaking out of an ascending triangle. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, that changes the play a bit. And actually, this ascending triangle may be confluent with the broadening descending wedge topside target that I'm looking for here. Remember, I was already looking at the 1.272 to breaking inside of this, right? For the immediate short-term time frame, BBBYQ is set to make a move to 46.42. That's just to answer your question very shortly. Okay, but this is beyond that, though. The move is beyond that target that I just said. The top side of the resistance and the take profit from the broadening descending wedge is confluent with the Gaussian band top. Literally, very confluent with the 1.618 and the top side of the Gaussian band here. So 142 to about 170 is a very big resistance for this, and highly likely for it to come back either to the mean band at 116 or back to 68.97. This is going to be highly volatile. That's there's going to be a lot of moving here soon. And then okay. Wow. Yeah, my bro. I really have to. This is making its way back up. Okay, here we go. We're going to just measure the triangle right now real quick. Okay, so let's get rid of the moving averages. And also the Gaussian band. It's just, I hate it when it starts to feel so convoluted. It's, you know, we're tracking this every single day, so it's only natural, right, that we just get a little messy here in the work. You know, a messy workstation is a productive one, right? So to a certain extent, you got to control yourself though, right? Anyway, let's measure this. Let's measure the triangle, right? So this is currently at a breakout. Very interesting. That's, oh my goodness. Okay, and here we go with the other metric. Let's go ahead and take, I guess, ah, man. This is a huge panic sell too, but it's okay. So let me get rid of the indicators here too. And this is essentially what I'm looking for, right? So let me get rid of some of this stuff. God, man, it's just so freaking messy. I hate it. Okay, so now the price objectives here is next, or are next. Sorry. So you take right from the top side of the triangle, you can take a trend line, right, just like this, to measure your price objective. Psychological price objective, by the way, okay? So breakout was from this candle, obviously, right? So let's go ahead and apply that to the upside and see if it matches our targets. It does. It certainly does, right? And there also is two more target. This target is too small. I already realized between this space here. So let's take the center of the triangle let's take it for a ride. Okay, so this is going to be that price objective, right? So let's apply it to that breakout area, right? So this would be the first resistance touch, which is very curious because there is a daily gap, a bi-daily gap we have to take serious consideration for this. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and favor the price objective as well. So this would be the first area of resistance here, 107 to 96, potential pullback to 68.97 before a continuation to the upside. The momentum and volatility here are pretty indicative of a continuation, right? So this is the buy daily in the bullish control zone with increasing volatility, and it's all pivoted towards the upside. Okay, so the daily time frame is coming out of a critical contractive zone with an upside pivot, EMA 3 in the gravitational zone, so very likely for it to continue to the upside. RSI currently sitting right inside of that gravitational zone 2. Right, so now looking at the MACD, we're starting to print a very nice equity curve here, right? So that's looking good. And let's see, ADX could be higher. It's still 14%, which makes me feel like BBBYQ is moving a little slow, but that's not really my concern right now. I think the volatility will come in, but yeah, this is good, my bro. So I would. The natural areas of resistance are, of course, there's one more area to look at, right? So just so I'm gonna not leave you in the dark here. Okay, so I'll give you those zones that can present some dangers. Okay, so here's another zone based on this gap here, daily time frame gap, 54.26 to 59.33 from the current price action where you're sitting at this moment. That would be an increase additionally 36.70%. with a continuation to about 50.24. What's up, Cryptic Trader? Good to see you here, my dude. Okay, so that is it for BBBYQ. I definitely see buy-side conviction here and a continuation to the upside. Off-Grid Gorilla, my brother, always, dude, always. I got you, man. I know, team. I know. Yeah, check it out, Sam. This is what I meant on I'm sorry, Jonna. This is what I meant, right? So this is literally that pullback that I spoke about, and then a reload at some point, and then continue to the upside. But it's very interesting that now we're getting that SMA 200 right down here on the daily. So that means that just the price action can revert to that point. Okay, so I would say congratulations to you, Jonna. If you're still here in the chat, congratulations to your play, and very, very sharp eye. Okay, so now for my brother, Off-Grid Gorilla, let's go ahead and take a look at LCID. I do have to say that I did have a few, actually, I think EV tickers listed, or I was going to start watching a few of them because I don't know what's happening within the EV markets, but there's something going down, right? So, oh man, this, okay, so at least it met some of the targets that we were looking for, right? Sorry, this is very convoluted again. I'm going to get rid of some of these though. Let me, my goodness. Why is this happening? Why is this failing? Where is this volatile EV stock headed? Let's see. PAV Med and Lucid's chairman and CEO, Li Shan, I don't know how to... They testify at U.S. House of Representatives Energy and Commerce Committee. Was that bad? Was it a bad thing or what? And this was a Reuters piece of news. What? This is good. So House of Representatives Energy and Commerce Committee hearing of life-saving innovations and Medicare coverage. Why did the price reject? That is nothing but incredible news, unless the incredible news led to a reaccumulation for a further upside. But this candle here has, I know that we still have 3 hours and 17 minutes for it to close, but it's still a bearish candle if it closes as this formation after an uptrend. It's a shooting star, right? So on a daily time frame too, which is even more to add to that fire. The Lucid deliveries suck. Is that an issue right now though? I'm talking about like if it's something that somebody talked about today or within the last few hours. Okay, so the sentiment is 50-50. Okay. So let me look at this in a wider perspective then. So the overall picture here is that it's on its way to breaking out of this macro formation. Of course, the upside targets like this here, the SMA 200 being located right at the resistance level around 891. That's not what we're essentially looking for here, right? So we know that we're on our way to that, but the ebb and flow in the shorter time frames could present dangers to our portfolios too. So let's pull up. All right, let's stop kind of assuming here. But you know how I do. I really need to evaluate my full-on discretion to see if the indicators and statistics match my personal feeling, right? So it's just that's kind of something you'll massage, right? Like you'll likely start to feel how the price action moves. You'll be reactive with your own vision. You will be the person who essentially sees how price action works, especially if you're observing price action on one ticker. You'll understand that it has its own character and its own way, and you'll familiarize with yourself with it. And that's when professional traders call building a relationship with an asset, right? So not to marry the asset, but you build a relationship because you are aware of its price movement. One thing that we want to keep into consideration here is the ATR. I want to know average true range on this. Although we're already giving, we're looking at about 59.64 million volume on an average 10-day close. So that means that it does have some volatility and it does have the power to move on to an upside if it so desires. So let's go ahead and type in LCID here and see if it has. Okay, so wow. 34-cent average true range up or down based on the opening of the range. Okay, so let's go ahead and count that. Let's see if we already, that's probably one of the reasons we already pulled back too. So let's see, 714 to the top side over here to 770, right? So that's twice the range, almost twice the range. Steve Mertz, don't you know? Wait. Am I still live, team? You mean you lost me like signal? Am I still here? Team, let me know in the chat if I am still live. Chat, please let me know in the chat if I am still here. Damn. Let's see. Am I dead? Am I really dead? Let's see. I got fingered. I'm in and out? Oh, dude, that sucks. It's still on now? Okay, thanks, Zeph. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and... I don't know what the deal is here, but I'm going to stop the Wi-Fi on my phone real quick. But with that, I'm just going to check on my little dude real fast and then come right back here. Let's see. I just want to make sure he's okay. All right, let me look at that. Oh, man, this guy's big dreaming right now. Okay, let me get rid of this here and this and turn off the Wi-Fi on the phone. Just in case. Okay. Just a sec, team. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Here we go. I think we should be good. Okay, cool. Now, if you are having a problem with your stream, go see... if you marry a stock, she'll leave you and take half your stuff. Oh, sometimes 80%. Nice. We still looking for 430 on FNGR? Yeah, we're gonna figure that out. Let me just finish off with LCID here. Okay, so it actually recovered just a little bit. Let's find out why. EMA 7 support is still down there. So let's start off with a 30-minute immediate short term and see what's going down. Okay, so the obvious downside is presently there, right, from the 30-minute. Bi-hourly time frame has not reflected that. Is it about to? Okay, 4-hour upside pivot in the bullish control zone, 6-hour upside pivot too. This is a temporary downside. Damn, and the floor may have already been found. The floor may have been 721, but if we do retrace, I would give the top side here some validity, right at the 718, literally where the EMA 7 6-hour is. If we do, right? If we do, I would give some consideration to 718, but this is set to continue to the upside. I wouldn't say aggressively, but with enough conviction here, yeah. I decreasing bear pressure on the 12-hour MACD. We're about to make a bullish cross on the 12-hour RSI. We're increasing the ADX. We're at about 22% with the DMI Plus leading on top. And the RVOL, we're absolutely upside of the moving average and definitely upside of traditional volume too. This is set to continue to the upside. The floor may have already been found, but just in case, remember, just in case, just keep an eye on this. I'm sorry, what target did I give you earlier? Was I looking at the 4-hour? Right, the 718, just in case, right? But yeah, this is looking pretty good, and I just see this as a natural ebb and flow. It was choppy. I'm back. Off-grid gorilla. Yeah, dude. Were you able to hear what I just said though? 718 is kind of like the zone where I'm saying if it does retrace. If it retraces, then that would be an area to look out for. And if also if this is the floor that we found at 721, then this would be now the new fair value gap, right? Located between this wick and this wick here. So that would be your imbalance zone in case there is an additional support. If this candle closes and then retraces one more time, upon the closure of this, if this candle closes upside of this range here, 721, that would create a fair value gap. Okay, and then this could be considered a support before a continuation to the upside. So 718 would be invalidated when this closes. Off grid, if you were able to hear that, I'm happy, and if you didn't, damn it, just please let me know whenever you can. Right, but FNGR daily time frame reach a low of 460. So the 430 cryptic, the 430 that I was talking about was not particular for today. It was actually for Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday, I'm thinking that we could reach that bottom side. So today was the. I'm surprised that it actually recovered like that. Very, very interesting drop here before a continuation to the upside here. I honestly was saying that about 526 to the top side of the range here, which is this one here, 527 to 546 could have been the overall daily resistance before coming back down and eventually reaching the apex of the triangle. So yeah, I would say, see where Tuesday is landing? See, the price is 438. So that's sort of where I'm kind of looking at, right? So no, not for today. I would suggest maybe Monday or Tuesday drop. So social, see, doesn't it show manipulation on FNGR based on price action today? No. Well, I expected the drop today. Right, so I would say no. I don't think it's manipulation today. Of course, it's always going to exist, right? But good, cryptic. I'm happy you're seeing the same thing through your analysis. What I'm saying here, team, is that I am thinking that this is just a technical breakdown, right? Because there is with this touch. Right. Remember, I spoke about this yesterday. I think I mentioned it in the video that this would be the validator, the second touch of the support in order for us to validate that we're within this formation in the first place. So this was the validator here. So now the resistance would resist again here, creating a little bit of a bull trap, right? And then a continuation to the downside and ebb and flow here. So then we would have essentially reached maybe around Monday or Tuesday, 438. Of which then we would acquire the apex of the triangle and then suggest an upside continuation. So what I didn't include in yesterday's analysis, and somebody asked me in the comments section, so what are the targets that I'm essentially looking for? Well, the top side of the triangle here would be the honest target that I'm looking for. And if we were to break out from that zone on Tuesday, then this is the resistance still that I'm looking at. Literally, 694 to 718 at the 1.272. Let's see. Yes. Let's see. Volume is almost 766,000. So the allowable float or the legal float is 26.7 million. Looking at yesterday's volume, yesterday's volume was 826,000. The day prior to that was 987, and the day prior to that was 1.5 million. Do you see how the price action, the volume is increasing? So if you are a technical analyst or a statistical analyst, that is a clear indication of a triangle. Why? Because when you're forming a triangle and you have declining price action, that is the confirmation of a triangle. So my master students in here, they know. I've already actually explained this to them. So this declining volume with declining price means bear exhaustion. It's clear, right? Look at this. The volume is located here, right in here. Check it out. I'll hover over the candle. 3.15 million, 1.52 million, 987,000, 826,000. This is a huge exception, right? 1.29 million, 740,000 so far. So, and then it's showing in the volume bars too. Paired with a falling wedge equals a bullish continuation formation, built specifically during an upside trend. So knowing the rules of your formation theory will open your world up into other possibilities. Discretion, right? So full on discretionary trading. So and it's one of the simplest forms, really, and one that I don't usually favor myself, except that I just favor it now because I kind of have to. Right? One more thing to keep in consideration here. Remember, we were on this ascending channel, right? Let's just go ahead and extend the resistance of this. So if we were to extend the resistance of this, then what is that looking like, right? We could have faced a support already today. So let's go ahead and just mark this off a little bit. Again, like always regarding some type of formation theory here, right? So just some thoughts here, right? And I could still be tighter. You can see here that I'm not even favoring any particular candle. I can still, be tighter within this, and this will likely land right at it. I don't know. Right, but there is a clear indication that we are still respecting this ascending channel. Not a problem, man. Yeah, so let's see. Up in the mountains, so I'm delayed, but getting you. Thank you, appreciate you as always. Off-grid Gorilla, absolutely, man. I'm happy that I'm able to provide some at least my visceral perspective, right, for you. And you have a heavy discretion too, man. You're very intuitive. You're tuned in to the markets as a pro trader should be. Right, so yeah, my brother, I know you've been asking me for some time, right? I'm sorry about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at that for you. Ticker symbol BULE. So that's Bluebird Bio, NASDAQ ticker. Huge upside already. Natural breakout. I'm seeing this as a this is a breakout formation. Okay, so let me go ahead and show what I'm seeing immediately, right? So this right here is essentially what I'm looking at, and it's a falling wedge type variety, right? So this is another triangle, a part of that triangle family, right? So falling wedge is usually a bullish formation. We just looked at this on FNGR, right? So it's during an uptrend, starts to reaccumulate for a continuation. Okay, you take the top side target from the wow, I didn't click on it. Yeah, from the top side of the triangle all the way to the bottom side. Go ahead and apply that to the supposed breakout candle. Let's just go ahead and assume that we would break out clean from the following day. It's suggesting a target of about 523, which is, let's see here, top side of this candle here. I can't see it. I need right here on the H, right? Let me go ahead and 520. Okay, and this is 521. Wow. Okay, so very, very confluent. Sam, oh, what's up, my dude? Dude, not a problem, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for your dono, dude. That means so much to me and my family, my brother. You always do that, dude. You're the best, my brother. Did you change it? Did you change your O? Wait, your picture's not there. You don't have the shades or the other picture anymore. What? Dude. And also, Sam O, are you the same Sean O that I speak to, or is this a new person entirely? There's a lot of people I confuse all the time. My apologies to you, my friend, but you're very welcome for the FNGR analysis. We're going to cover this as we could move on anyway, team. We'll make sure to have oh, you're new, Sam. That's so kind of you. I thought you were Sean O. I saw him appear here earlier. My brother, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I'm looking back here on the there he is. I knew I saw him earlier. I've been watching you for a long time. Thank you, Sam. I really appreciate that. I certainly hope to continue providing some at least a different perspective, right, for the markets. It's a tough zone to be in, or a tough industry to be in, right? If it were really that easy, then everybody would be rich, right? So I will at least I will show that there are other ways to look at it, right? Everyone actually has the power to create their own outlook for the markets. It really is that powerful. And I actually, you know what? On ticker symbol blue, I see something here. Can I reach it? Oh my goodness, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna take this range here instead. Okay, the swing high to the swing low before this massive gap up on the daily. These types of gap ups are so indicative of a bull market cycle starting. That's likely what happens. It's just continuous gap ups here, right? So, all right, using full discretion, you can see here that we are very, very much in the pocket. So this is 2-spot 272 at 488 to the 2-spot 618 at 526. Check out my discretion. 490 to 522, 488 to 526. So very, very tight, geometrically speaking. So let's see. We're currently facing the resistance of the top side of this range here. Reaccumulation. Okay. and also a potential pullback. So let me see the 30-minute immediate short term. Yep, pullback here on the 30-minute. Hourly time frame also showing a little bit of that weakness coming in. That's good. We want that. I'm saying this because we need it. Okay, the buy hourly has still has an upside here. The 4-hour time frame clearly with a vertical pivot here in the bullish control zone. Very likely for this to continue on to the upside. Oh man, yeah. I see these targets here as highly likely. Okay, let's measure it. So if you are, let's just say you long the asset here at 379, that is a almost 30% gainer to the bottom side of the range, 37.5% to the top side of the range. So yeah, I definitely see here some buy side conviction. Okay, so liquidity is favoring bulls, and it's actually, you know what? I'm going to see one more thing. I don't know how fast or slow this is moving. So let's zero out here the RSI parameter and enter. No. Ah, goodness. Hold on just a sec. I hate it when that happens. There we go. Okay, so ticker symbol blue. Okay, there it is. So 19-cent ATR, that means that we have a range of about 19 cents up or down daily. So let's just measure the entirety of this thing, of today actually. So wow, yeah, we've clearly moved beyond that, right? So let's see. So that's 339 to 401. So that's about 61 cents, right? So 61 divided by 2. You're looking, yeah, I would say is right around there. A little frothier than the ATR suggests, right? A little higher, but well within the range. So this is likely the high of day, and what we're doing right now is the short-term pullback to validate the breakout, right? So very likely for this to pull back to the zone of about 363, and that would be the long range, right? So 363 to 355 at the 0.786. I don't really use the 0.786 fib as much, but it may be pertinent to this side here. Jupiter, if you had to pick 3 stocks you would keep an eye on, thank you so much for your donation, my friend, first of all. But let's see, if you had to pick 3 stocks you would keep an eye on, which 3 would you choose out of interest and possibility? Okay. So can you tell me, like, for a short-term trade or for like long-term investment, like holding for more than a year or holding for a day? What time frame are you looking at? I am more than happy to share that with you. Let's see. Dang it, boy, saying you're golden. No, my brother, you're golden. Thank you for your support, my dude. Team, I do have to tell you that I will have to actually cut out a little bit earlier today. My boy has a doctor's appointment, and I want to make sure to get him awake early enough so that I can get his nap in before we leave to his doctor's appointment. Let's see, more like half a year? Okay. Good question. Let's find out. On my watch list, I have nothing pertaining to that other than AI and BTAI. But if I were to look at something for 6 months, I would not be looking at anything under, like, to be particular here, I would be looking at something that does have around 400 to 500 million in market cap with a float, I'd say, of about 2 billion to 5 billion. So mid cap or large cap would be, or I mean blue chip honestly would be the best way to do it. So if I were personally looking at something like that, I would look at let's see, looking for a stock to make 20% in 20 minutes. Good times here. I would wait for the pullback. Nvidia would be a clear one to long, right? So Nvidia is going to be, I mean, we were looking at it, about a year or two ago when it was at $120, $140. and we were looking at it as highly overvalued and way too overpriced. And then it moved to what, $280, and it was looked at as overvalued and also overpriced. And then it moved on to $350. It also looked overvalued and overpriced. And right now, it went up to what? Its all-time high, right? And was it 460 or something? $460. It looks obviously overvalued and overpriced. So that, no, brother, I looked at it. TTOO, I went over it twice. Oh, I think, did you come in late? So NVIDIA would be one of them, okay? So now, aside from NVIDIA, that's a good question, man. I'm not the one to long hold anything, right? So let's see, who would have, let's hear it, team. Cryptic, what's up? Let me bring in some of the analyst knowledge in here. And what are you thinking? And we'll see what we have, right? Depending on sectors. So from the tech sector, of course, we already said NVIDIA, right? So the ones to run in tandem with this, obviously, is going to be AMD, right? And you're talking about the thing is that the semiconductors sector is really, really bullish. Apple's testing their GPT product now. Okay, so upon release, then Apple would be your second one to go. If they really are testing that, okay, okay, just one more thing. Bard from Google, which is their AI, they are undergoing a supercharge as well. So if I were to give you the top three, man, I would really, man, oh man, I have to say, man, I don't think I would stay away from tech here. Tech is gonna lead the way. Like it hasn't been. I guess the last time tech led the way was 98, all right? So, I mean, arguably here and there, outperforming, right? But in a macro perspective, for a continuation, I think tech is going to be the one to lead the way for the next few years. Yeah, same. Cryptic is saying the same thing too there, see? So, I would say Google, Apple, and NVIDIA. NVIDIA being my first one. So, as NVIDIA will be the semiconductor processing line for the Google AI, for the Apple AI, for whoever's AI, really, right? Of course, the competitors are going to be AMD, and I think Elon is going to start working on graphics processing, but that's a tough place to be in. The CEO of NVIDIA is brilliant. If you ever hear that man speak, I forgot his name, but he is absolutely brilliant. Who remembers US robotics? Damn. Dude, taking it. Yeah, not a problem, Jupiter. So the thing is just to follow the trend, right? Because not everyone is exposed to AI right now, and that really is gonna change the face of not only investments but technology in general. So we thought that metaverse was going to be the new .com bubble, but no, I think it's AI that's going to be the new bubble. Jensen, yes, Jensen, dude, he is brilliant. He is brilliant. It's hearing that guy speak. He can really turn an extremely advanced topic into very understandable words. And it takes a very smart man to do that. Zucker loser killed the metaverse. Dude, he really thought he had that, right? Changing it to meta. Man. So yeah, we were talking about this zone highly likely being tested. Before a continuation here, TTOO is the talk of the town too, I do have to say. So EVLO's pumping? Nice. So 4-hour time frame upside pivot here, right? So 6-hour time frame getting that bleed already upside here. Let's see. We're starting to feed into the 8-hour. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the fourth wave it's already the true one. this is highly likely continuing to the upside. And I would say, I mean, from this low here, that's ridiculous, man. That's awesome. But it did reach it reached the demand zone. Let's just say from this current price action here to the bottom side of the range that I'm looking at is already an 8.71% move to the upside and a 12.5% move to the upside based on the top side of the range short term. I still am seeing this continuing beyond this target, right? So as there could be a serious break of market structure soon. Okay, the thing is that we're still in a macro perspective, right? We're still building a series of lower highs, right? So what we want to do is actually start really breaking market structure by creating these higher lows, right? So that could be a cycle that we're just starting now as some type of an ascending trend. I can't validate that now because it's a little too early, but something along the lines of I don't know. I don't know if it's from here or from where, right? But it looks like we could be doing something. I have to fix this. Let me see if I can somehow fix this range. It's just like I said, it's a little too early to look into this right now. But this is the speculation here, right? So potential range is what we're building here. So this is highly likely to break upside of the 12.57. Percent move to the upside, sorry. And it's showing all the way up to the 8-hour time frame. Yeah, the 8 hour is starting to react with decreasing volatility. It's mathematically capable of a continuation to the upside. So Zephram saying, I like Jensen from NVIDIA and Lisa Su from AMD are somehow related to. Oh, really? No way. That is ridiculous, bro. Talk about taking over the world. Siblings, that is power. That is awesome, dude. I'm so happy to hear that. I commend them for that. That is 100% just so awesome. All right. Yeah. Let's do that, my brother. So, man, So remember I was talking yesterday about this, that we would likely hover in this demand zone here. So, and we're still within it. If this does decide to continue to the downside, which the 8 hour is showing, let's see, the hourly time frame, these are all consolidation. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit of weakness starting in the 4 hour, 6 hour downside, 8 hour downside. Okay, so I would still have to favor this range here, 231 to 235. And I do have to say that this is moving very, very slow. Okay, so if we can just pull up the this here, let me just go ahead and type it in. Troika. So TRKA, 14 cent average true range, right? So, oh my goodness, that was the wrong one. Here we go. Let me pull that back up. 234 to 238. Hasn't even moved that much. Let me go to the daily, actually. There we go. So 233 to 243 is moved. It's moved within 10 cents. So that means that if we were to consider another, let's see, another 4 cents, then that would be 229. Located right about here. Yeah, so that it's indicative of this bottom side with a potential wick lower. So yeah, I would it's reaccumulating though, right? It looks like it wants to create this trend, like it wants to do like steps to the upside, ladders up. So the next rejection zone would be this area here. After, if it does present, I know that Troika has, I think on Friday, they have I think a hearing announcement or something coming up, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be the reloading leading up to that for the Friday announcement. So yeah, keep your eyes on this, but it's showing downside for the immediate short-term time frame, slight consolidation. So that's literally reaccumulation before an upside. So keep your eyes on this. This thing is about to make another move. I would say in the next day or two. So let's see. Yeah, Jensen and Lisa are first cousins. No way. Crazy that they're both CEOs of large tech companies with what a family, dude. I like got a chill down my spine when you told me that. I'm like, man, what? Like, how that's a powerhouse family. That is so amazing. Like, screw Jay-Z and Beyonce, bro. Like, Lisa and Jensen, bro. Dude, they are incredible. But yeah, team, you know what? I really have to cut out here. I have to make sure to get this guy up for his doctor's appointment. I really didn't want to leave. I really didn't want to leave a little early like this, right? So let's go ahead and just cut this off here, team. And I'll try to make some videos tonight and some plays. We'll get the daily watch list up and running as well, team. But I really, really appreciate everybody for coming by and hanging out this morning, right? I definitely hope I am providing some pretty good stuff. So Arca and Arca wife. I gotta teach her how to trade. Dude, she would probably be really good at it too, man. She's super mathematical. Dude, and she doesn't like to praise that, but she just is naturally. I was not. I pretty much made it I made it through high school's math with barely a good score in math, right? So that changed as soon as my son was almost dying. So my brain was like, okay, what's math saying again? Oh, yeah, tell me again. Yeah, let me learn this. Oh, dude, Sway, thank you so much for coming by. Zephram saying, hope everything turns out well with the appointment. I hope so too, my brother. We're gonna be checking his hemoglobin levels, and hopefully he's moving up. So, yeah, team. But just to laid back for life. Go Chiefs! I really have to make it out right now, my brother. So come by tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming again. We'll check out Root for you, okay? But Ian Tucker, you're very welcome. My moderator, Samantha H, love you so much. Cryptic Trader, thank you so much for everything you do. Zephram, always good to see you, my brother. So Jupiter, thanks, and Sam O, thank you so much for your donations, my friends. So Off-Grid Gorilla, let me know if I can help any more with that, okay? So Destiny, I know you were also looking for a few other tickers. Let me know, okay? And Steve, I hope that play works out for you. Steve Mertz, I don't know where we are, or I even forgot what ticker we were looking at. But I hope it works out, right, team? But with that said, I wish you well, team. And I wish you a very good rest of your day, too. And please consider asking me any questions you want. I'm available, all right? So, yeah, but with that said, I wish you well, a good rest of your day. And I will catch you at the bell. Mañana, team. Peace, peace, peace. Adios, everybody.